Hi, Jean. I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. So, we're just going to keep cracking away, enhancing your spiritual atmosphere and just filling you with lots of positive energy and love. So, give me a moment here while I enter your spiritual atmosphere and we'll see where Spirit takes us. Spirit says, "Are you ready for this?" I've had other experiences with you and they're challenging. I always say, yes, of course I am. That's why I'm doing this right now, because I'm ready. I'm surrounded by love. I'm surrounded by positive energy. Spirit is asking you, Jean, to take the time to relax here. And we're going to ask you to just clear your mind. Take some time to inhale love energy. How do you inhale love energy? What's something beautiful that you dream about, that you think about, that you would love to be held by this magical dream? Take the time to think about that. Now feel that dream as though it is the air all around you. And now take the time to inhale that positive, loving air energy into your lungs, into your body, into your soul, into your heart. Do you feel loved today? Do you feel ready to feel loved today? Are you ready to let go of old energy weighing you down? Are you ready to fill your life with positive energy, helping you to rise above, helping you to sing, helping you to find your voice, helping you to feel alive, helping you to grow? Continue to inhale positive, loving energy. Continue to inhale thoughts about people smiling, lovers holding hands and enjoying time together, Mother Earth sharing her precious charms of nature, flowers, birds singing, squirrels playing, the beautiful, peaceful, glistening lake with ducks peacefully just moving through the water, just allowing the waves to gently move them places. Continue to inhale this positive energy. We are going to do grounding work for you. I'm accessing your feet. I'm helping you to feel connected to the earth. We're bringing you down to earth, planet earth, earth to Jean. Earth to Jean. We're bringing you down to earth. Your feet firmly planted, helping you. I'm taking your shoes off and allowing you, your bare feet, to feel the earth. Your toes to feel the grass and the soils. This is difficult. It's hard for your legs to want to feel the ground. I ask your legs, would you like to feel the earth? Would you like to touch the earth? Would you like to feel grounded? Would you like to know what it is like to walk on the planet? It's amazing how many of us we feel like we're on some other, we're not earthbound souls, we're star seeds from other places. We don't belong here. We came here to help humanity, and we still don't want to be here, and we don't want to help humanity because humanity is not helping itself, and we aren't helping ourselves either. There's so much of this out there. There's a lot of feet that need to feel grounded. Earth to person, your feet are on the earth. I have issues with this as well. You're not the only one, Jean. I am always way out in outer space. That's one thing I have to work on a lot, is feeling grounded. This is interesting because the more I try to get your legs to feel grounded, they flip you upside down, so you're standing on your hands instead of your feet. I'm having you do some sort of aerobics now that you can be on your hands and your feet. Some like back handsprings or gymnastics style moves. I'm having you jump up and down so you can feel your feet and the ground connecting. This is creating frustration in some mental cavity. I'm going into it. It's angry. This is preposterous. This is absurd. You're not going to go deeper than this. You're just going to stay at the surface and ground me. That's what you're going to do. I don't need grounding. It's okay. I'm giving this part of you a hug. It actually feels, the reason why it's reacting like this is because it feels like it's been trying so hard in life to be balanced, and it feels like a failure, and it's not a failure at all. So for me to be doing this grounding work makes it feel like it really stunk at grounding you. It's mad at me for exposing it as a failure. This is quite a normal reaction. We all try our best in things, and sometimes you get somebody who just it comes easy to, and you work so hard, and it just makes you feel even worse about yourself. That's kind of what this consciousness is like. It just feels even worse about itself because I'm focusing on something that's so easy. But it's I need to continue work. I always have to keep working on grounding myself. That's a huge part of my role. I have to keep working on grounding myself. You do it all day long. You just keep thinking positively. It's just these things you just work it all day long, you know? That's life as a human being in a world that's sort of upside down. You bring the world right side up. You bring your balance into place. You bring your inner power into place. You demand what it is you want in your life. You don't make the world to decide what your worth is, decide what your value is. You decide your value and then you demand it for yourself. Now you start manifesting that because you are actively pursuing it. It's a sickly feeling. It's a very sickly feeling. You're showing me so much more now. You're opening up a sarcophagus. There's a really dark energy. Hates my guts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. You can hate my guts all you want, but I'll still love you. I love you. I love you. You're not ugly. You're not a failure. You're not a living dead person. You're not in hiding. You're not in the dark. You're not a failure. Come into the light. Show yourself to me. You're a beautiful gift. You're one of God's children. You're one of God's most sacred creations. I am so happy I found you. I'm so glad you came out and showed yourself to me so that I could hold you. It helps a lot to feel understood, to not feel alone, to feel hope, to feel welcomed into the light, to feel as though somebody loves and cares about you. This is interesting. It's transitioning. It's turning into a love-making, an interaction, an intimate interaction. Observer self is watching what is this consciousness, and it's purely loving. There's nothing deceitful, there's nothing inappropriate, there's nothing wrong about this. It just transformed completely into romance. Totally, I love you. Sweep off the feet, holding, lifting up in the air and then spinning around. I love you. Never let me go. I will never let go of you. Let us free ourselves from this place. Let us go and be free to love. It's two lovers singing together. Are they singing as human beings singing songs? Their hearts are singing, they're embracing, they're lovemaking, even though they are not actually two bodies as one, they are lovemaking. As their souls are singing, as they are so deep in love in each other's eyes, holding each other, lifting each other off the ground, tighter, holding each other tighter, hugging. Please don't ever let me go. I will never let go of you. I feel, I see, I experience holding so tight. We will never be apart, never ever be apart. Nothing will ever separate us, forever and ever and ever. Don't ever let me go. I will never let go of you. It goes on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever. This voice, these voices, these souls, this moment never dies, never did die, never will die. A real clip, a real blissful moment from your spiritual atmosphere, a real live memory. Now, anger again. How do I describe this one? Let's just take a baseball bat. Let's make it into a really long staff made out of some gold. Let's take it and let's start bashing everything with it. Let's break everything. Let's fucking destroy it all. Hatred, anger, bust everything. Like that. Scary. No willpower, no power to control it. Let's take this and let's do something real sick and twisted with it. That's what it's like. It's out of control. Comes to me as a force, like the jackal, Anubis, or I don't know what he looks like, the Egyptian, the jackal one. I'm not saying anything negative about Anubis, by the way, but this is the reflection that is expressing itself, and and when it is grounded, it is pulling up all kinds of destructive force energy coming up from the earth and pulling it into the body, inhaling it, becoming it, and then freaking out with it. It is a force. The thing about forces, they can only last for so long before the fire goes out and now you're exhausted. You know what I mean? It's like, break all the stuff you want, whatever you need to do to get it out, just get it out. It's like, how long do hurricanes last for? How long do tornadoes last for? How long are forest fires? How long is the lifespan of creation? You see what I mean? Lifespan of creation. There is no end or beginning. Lifespan of creation. Tornado, hurricane, super short-lived. Death, super short-lived. Rebirth is forever. You see the difference between fear-based wisdom and love-based wisdom? Love-based wisdom lasts forever. Fear-based wisdom is really, really tiny. It's really tiny. You blow it out, it's instantly done. It only has so much energy before it's exhausted. You could even look at the time span of humanity's sort of descent into darkness as still very short-lived in the spectrum of creation. It's a very tiny little candle flicker, but it's been a long and agonizing experience, right? But it really isn't in the spectrum of things. I'm communicating. He's starting to slow down. I'm having him take off all of his most precious adornments, his outfit and thing on his head, this sacred staff. I am also going to him and I am holding him and I'm saying, please, let go of your anger. There's nothing to be sad about. It was not a shortcoming on your end. Life happens sometimes. There's nothing to be jealous of. I'm pulling a very long snake out of his heart portal. He feels like he is a failure too. He feels weak inside. The only time he feels strong is when he can show how powerful he is by breaking things. But that's not real power. He knows that inside. If he was truly powerful, he could make her love him again. But he doesn't have the power to make anybody love him if they do not choose him. And because of his insignificance, his inability, his lack, whatever you want to call it, who is he? He's a failure. He is pathetic. He is worthless. You say, no, you're not. You're a powerful soul who is learning about love. And it wasn't the right balance of love. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a conversation about who am I? Am I a ruler of Egypt? Am I a god? Or am I pathetic, worthless life? He goes in between, shall I wear my adornments or shall I just be like a balloon that just got deflated? Which is my truth? What is my identity? He doesn't ever go quite to the length of I should be dead, I might as well be dead. He never does that. But he does, the worthlessness of him makes him feel deflated, makes him feel defeated, and therefore he might as well not even exist. But it's not on the verge of suicide or death or anything. He keeps saying, who am I? So let's walk out onto the balcony and look out the horizon. The sun is shining. There's a disgusting feeling that he experiences inside of himself. This identity, this role is not me, is not who and what I am. I am controlled by the role itself. I do not have control over the role. I was born into this role, and the role now controls me because I cannot be anything else but this role. I cannot leave my role, but yet I do not have the freedom to just live my life as a bird, singing at will when the heart moves it to sing, to fly wherever I desire to fly to. They say it's a single lifetime where you are given the blessing of being in power. Let go of anything else you could want or need. Allow yourself to feel blessed, not by ego, not by the role, but by the opportunity to wear that hat, to be that in this lifetime. You know, you get to wear the hat of a wild, wild West man, or the hat of an ancient Asian medicinal man, or the hat of a starving child in Africa, or, you know, the hat of an Eskimo. This time you get to wear the hat of a ruler. So you work with love, you work with your dreams, you work with the feeling of your potential, and you welcome higher wisdom to guide you to be the best you can be. Don't fall victim to the mind. Don't fall victim to the ego. Don't fall victim to criticizing, to wanting that which you cannot have. Now you are defining your worth and your value. You're defining your value is, I can't have that. That's not the truth about anybody. Everybody can have anything that they want. You have to define your value as I am that. I am that, and I see myself as that, and that is my worth. And now live every single day by that belief system, and now allow that energy to manifest, actually sew the invisible garment of a whole new reflective life experience, take you on the train to get you to those places you want to go. You say, so, all right, I still see what is a sunken in man. He is listening, he is understanding, he is believing in something more, but he is still, what is sort of like sunken in the stomach region, like this, but like he was kind of made out of air there, so he's just sort of really sucked in, skinny in the stomach, but it's sort of like it deflated, so he's kind of crumpled over like a weird stuffed animal even. Again with the anger, again with the defeat energy inspires ripples of my face is burning off, all my fur is leaving me, I'm ripping my face apart, I hate, I want to destroy, I want to destroy myself and live in my own self-destructive behavior. I want to endure the pain that I hate so much about the outside world, and I'm going to relish in that pain on the inside. And I mean, all sorts of cuss words here. Fuck, shit, I hate. Ah! From the psycho stuffed animal. Like, that's what it's like right now. It's not a pretty picture. I mean, we're looking at acid burning away the face. The fur, the skin is all bubbling out. Hatred burning on the inside is burning the outside. Is wanting more hate and more fire, more energy. But the reality is, nothing is actually changing in the world. You're not changing the world. You're not enhancing your life. You're just manifesting more misery for yourself. You want to feel miserable? If you want to feel miserable, I will leave here and you can feel miserable, because I'm here to help you see the value of choosing love. Because see, the thing is here, as human beings, we want love in our life, but love is the one thing we're all afraid of. Like, oh my God, he likes me. I want to fall in love. I want to meet my soulmate. And then you meet somebody who likes you and it's like, oh my God, he likes me. I'm freaking out. It's like, well, didn't you say you wanted to have love in your life? Like, why is that such a bad thing? It's like, there's something about this here. It's like, he wants some version of balance or satisfaction, but he is not fully helping me understand what this is about. I'm snapping my fingers. I'm giving him the life of a slave. If you cannot appreciate that which you have, therefore you will get to appreciate a new version of that which you will not have. Do you understand? Let's allow you to feel starvation now. Let's allow you to see your family starving and also being whipped as slaves as they're learning for an entire lifetime. Let's give you that. If you cannot feel gratitude, then you will feel the opposite. You will long for that which you could not feel grateful for. This is what you choose, is it not? This that you choose? Some part of him would rather endure a lifetime of suffering, as though there was beauty, there was honor, there was reverence in that. There was no honor or reverence in the opportunity to free slaves, in the opportunity to give bounty to thousands of people, in the opportunity to show people a new way of living, a new version of balance, a gift from heaven that this world has never seen before, a community of thriving human beings that are in balance with each other. That wasn't something you could do? You would rather just be starving and miserable as what your reverence and sacredness is all about? The consciousness again is tweaking out and is confused by all this. It hates me for these interactions. I still am not seeing things clearly, is what it says. I hear this always, they always say this. They say believe in yourself. This time in when they say believe in yourself and you will find your way home. That is what they say. Believe in yourself and you will find your way home. Literally word for word they said it in my head. And they never say things in my head. They say anything in my head, it's always believe in yourself. We are exploring a new dynamic. This has to do with sexuality. It's a confused version of sexuality. There's no real person. It's basically a bed humping the air. That is the image that I am seeing. And I'm hearing the creaking sounds of bed springs. Now I'm getting to another version of your consciousness. It's a man sitting on a chair. He looks like he was just executed by being electrocuted to death. And it was where it burned his skin out, burned all the hair off of his head. He's stuck in a chair and he's burnt out. He's all sitting there rotted out even. They're showing me decay. The emptiness of life on the inside rotted out. His flesh never fully leaves the body, but he's feeling in a perpetual state of feeling burnt to death. He shows me all of his nerve endings in his body. Every move, every experience, it makes him feel like he is burnt to death. One version is a man incarnate as a human being with some sort of nervous system issue. It's like his entire body is on fire. Another version is a lifetime where he was executed by being electrocuted to death, and his entire body felt like it was burning on fire, and you want to scream and you cannot. And you can't die right away. It's absolute nightmare. He just let me scream, so I let him. I say, will screaming help you let go? He can't even find his voice to get the scream out. He can't. Hey, he wants to cry and he can't. It's starting to help him feel better. His skin really is, it hurts me. When I touch his skin, it's like touching a hot oven tray without the oven mitt. It burns my hand to touch his skin. This is really strange, but he's showing me a version of himself tied up in a chair. His dynamic is changing, and there's some sort of sexual misconduct going on. This is merging into a new scene of information. Some other lifetime where there was severe abuse in the anal region. Hearing continuous words of telling you, telling you, the one being raped, how fucked up you are, how what a piece of shit you are, while you're being raped in the ass. It's horrible. As what is a boy. It's so unacceptable. There's another scream, I hate, echoing on and on and on forever. Comes from a place very far away in a dark cave. I will kill everybody. I fucking hate everything. Like cuss words out the yin yang. I hate out the yin yang. Wanting to destroy the entire planet, wanting to kill everybody, wanting everybody to burn alive, wanting to see everybody know what it feels like. Dot, dot, dot. A soul that endures this type of nightmare, I can't blame it for feeling that way. I have seen some of the most horrendous things. Especially you run into demonic energies, demonic entities, and they're the ones that have endured some of the most messed up past lives. How are they supposed to know what love is when they endure a nightmare like that? A child being raped in the butt and then said all kinds of sick and twisted things, and they're so horrible. I wonder why there's so much negativity on this planet. Like, we don't demand love. We don't demand love for ourselves or for each other. I mean, we're going to clear this stuff out of your spiritual atmosphere, Jean, because this makes sense why I've done work for you, and it is so challenging because you are going through a super purge of very extreme types of incarnate journeys. Oh my gosh. I can feel your energy. It's even feeling a lot better now just because you have somebody who understands, somebody who knows, somebody who cares, somebody who can understand. It's the human consciousness side that has endured incarnations that were quite traumatizing, has not been able to free itself from what is too many reoccurring nightmares. Needs somebody, another human being on the spiritual consciousness level to talk to show these things to, who can understand and help that soul find peace and forgiveness of everything and be able to move on. Jean, your soul has endured quite a lot. One thing, though, that is very loud here, what is the repetitious theme, is an obsession or an addiction with self-punishment. That is the repetitious theme. Self-punishing behavior that manifests into physical self-punishments. A lifetime being raped as a child, a lifetime where you end up on an electric chair, and now in the end you're the one hating the world when you actually are the one that is continuously self-punishing and will not let go, and just let go, because somehow this behavior is manifesting very horrific in life enduring. I mean, it's just awful. Like, why is this powerful ruler still self-punishing? He has the opportunity to change the world, in a sense, to change people's lives, but he's self-punishing. And then he would prefer a lifetime of suffering over a lifetime of freedom. So what is spirit supposed to do? What is the universe supposed to do? Keep giving you lifetimes of plenty when you really want deep down inside continual lifetimes of punishment? You have to change this behavior or you're going to continue to manifest lifetimes of punishment. That is you have to stop being self-punishing. You have to actually long for lifetimes where you have plenty. Does that bother you? Does the idea of having a lifetime where you are appreciated, where you are the value, where people see you as important, where you have all of your needs met, does that bother you to think about having a lifetime like that? Is that not your cup of tea? Do you have more honor or more respect for people who are in challenging lifetimes? because you will continue to manifest challenging lifetimes and then find yourself hating those experiences while also feeling honor and respect. That doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. That's also one of the most manipulative mind control type of. You get that here on this planet. It's a mind control where you don't. You're sort of taught to believe that your worth is only so much. And so you have all these people believing their worth is only so much, so they can only they can only manifest so much value. And so this world could really change if all of us chose to demand that we are the value, that we are valuable, that we are loved, that we start caring about ourselves, and that manifest more positive relationships. More people that are choosing positive stuff for themselves are going to manifest more positive relationships. Now we're starting to see more positive blinking lights going off across the globe. And now there's more positive, and now we're starting to make a difference and an impact. We're working together to do this. There's something missing here. There's something in the communication, the wiring, linking between having all of your needs met, finding the ability to find joy in that. But you don't have to keep having lifetimes of suffering and then hate everybody for it when it's really you choosing self-punishment. I'm welcoming you to come out of the cave. You sort of say, do you want to know what I really look like? It's like, you know what, show me. You're some psycho, giant, scary insect monster. You're going to make my life a living hell. I mean, what is it? I know how much you're suffering inside, so anything you show me, anything you say to me is really just a reflection of your own pain and suffering. It's not a reflection of mine because I'm not choosing that for myself. That is not my identity. That is not who I am. I am love. Are you pain and suffering? That means you need I am love in your life. I am going to manifest you speaking I am love now. Come on out of your cave. Show me how scary you are. He can't come out. He's showing me the world is turning to a dark liquid. The entire world is. It's not our world, it's your world. It's not ours. Your world is turning into a dark liquid. Your world is dying. Your world will for all eternity be dying. Did you want me to leave you to your dying world? Is that what you'd like? Because I can leave right now. This world is turning into a giant eyeball. It has no face, though. It only sees, but it cannot share a reaction or a response. It cannot smile or frown. It cannot even have a runny nose to say that I am sick today. It says I have no face. There's a massive pause as I am exploring what to do about this. How am I supposed to manifest a face for you? You just said I don't have a face. So how am I supposed to give you one? How am I supposed to help you choose love? I manifesting a blessing of change. I'm giving you an opportunity to know what love feels like. I am asking Mother Earth to manifest seeds of life across this entire planet. There's an eyeball, but there's also a gooey black substance. It's like an earth with the goo made out of gooey black substance and a giant eye that is just, blinking. That's it. So now there's growth and life here. I say, are you ashamed to share your full face? I pull across an invisible curtain so we can see the other half of your face. The rest of it. There was hair that was covering all this. So we only see this, hiding everything. A face that is like all deformed on one side. The face of a freak. Ashamed to show my face. I say, it's not the world either chooses to accept or not accept. That is not for you to worry about how other people are thankful for you or not. It's for you to continue to feel thankful for you. Thankful for the sacred body your soul chose to be a reflection of. Shows me the beauty that you are on the inside. This world is still working on itself. Don't choose to be the world. Choose to just be you and be proud of that. You don't have to carry all these burdens. When souls take lifetimes like this, they are teachers and learners. They are creating a vulnerable face forward and asking, are you ready, world, to love and accept my beauty for what it is? Or are you not ready yet? So we see this in all different types of ways. People who have gone through a life accident and their face is burnt off, or they went through a horrible accident and their face was malformed, or they just were born that way, or they have some weird disease. That's one. Another one is, how long has it taken, black and white people trying to live in harmony? That's another one. Are we ready to just stop even considering there to be a thing called diversity? Like why aren't we just people? Why can't we just be people? And we all look different. So what? We're just human beings though. Like as soon as we can just even stop, like that is another one. Another one is sexual diversity, like gender differences, gender identity differences, and sexual differences. We're still working on stuff like this. So you choose a lifetime to be a teacher for humanity, to help humanity grow, and humanity is growing. So think you're a gift, you're a blessing to this world when you choose to be that face forward. That challenges us to love you for who and what you are. It's a blessing to the world, but it's also a blessing to yourself as it's challenging you to love you for who and what you are. Don't let the rest of the world decide for you whether or not you can love yourself. You love yourself. The rest of the world can do whatever the hell they want. Just love yourself and be happy, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So I tell that to this. I'm telling you, it is softening up. The anger, the hatred is really subsiding big time. There's an odd growth of a neck. It's stemming out of what is a very odd conglomeration of a body. It's sort of like a freak created in a lab or something. Let's just take giraffe DNA, mix it with human DNA, with chicken, and see what we can create. It's kind of what this is like. But a chicken that has no feathers, that has just human skin. This one is way... Oh. It's put on a shelf so high up, and then it's closing itself inside of a layer, like a pocket in the wall, and trying to be unreachable, unattainable, trying to hide this secret. I'm starting to get sick of your spiritual atmosphere is continuously, obsessively wanting me to see the same thing over and over again, just in different perspectives. So it's holding on to the same behavior now. It's still wanting me to see all this stuff, so I will choose to see this last one, but your spiritual atmosphere must learn how to start to see new things. Start to move on from this, because it's still holding on to the same behavior, same pattern of, I want to show you another freak I've been. I want to show you another thing I've endured. But there's something of there's an energy shifting change that helps me know that we need to move on now. Otherwise, spirit would have me continuously say, okay, show me another, show me another. Now spirit is saying, the spiritual atmosphere has shown Abby enough of this stuff, and now the spiritual atmosphere must alter its choice, its identity, its reflection, its face forward. I tell you, I'm not going to go looking for you. I'm not going to go unbury you. I'm not going to go do that. If you want me to heal you, you need to come out of there and you need to come look at me, face me, and then we'll work on this face to face. I'm in some sort of strange house made out of wood on the inside. I don't like the way it feels in here. It feels like it's infested with a disease. It's sick on the inside. The energy is sick on the inside. Energy is rotted out with big, massive tarantula spiders coming out of the ground. There's something I do not choose for my life. I do not choose to pay attention to. This type of energy, this is, how many times do we need to watch the news? It's like, let's keep paying attention to the little birdie that says the human race is a freaking, it just looks like this, a nightmare. The more we feed into that, the more it gets our attention, the more we continue to manifest the same. So I choose to stop. I'm not manifesting the same. I'm not going to get my heartstrings in a bundle. I'm not going to get myself all wound up and upset about things going on across the globe, because so many millions of human beings are barfing out upset energy, which is manifesting more of the same. So I'm not going to do that in your spiritual atmosphere either. I'm not going to do that. Your spiritual atmosphere wants me to feel pity for you, wants me to feel sad for you, wants me to do this, but I won't. I will not. I am forcing your spiritual atmosphere to stand up and start taking a stand and start choosing to say, I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am amazing. Not keep whimpering and hiding in corners and all this other stuff. It's not that I'm not compassionate. It's that I am teaching you how to find your inner power, how to discover the powerful spirit of love that you are. How many times are we going to keep letting each other just get away with being less than we are? We have to start forcing each other to wake up and stand on our own 2 feet and be the light that we are. Start doing that. Start being that. I'm telling you what, Jean, this has been an extraordinary experience for me. So everything we're experiencing, everything that we're doing is incredible for me, and your soul has done some experienced some incredible things. So don't let any of this talking make you feel less about yourself. You should feel more about yourself. You should be like really proud of yourself, because not many souls can go through the types of experiences you have. And some part of it is when souls get trapped into sort of cycles of too much of the same, they start expecting it. They start incarnating and having expectations and then manifesting it. So you get kind of locked into a really awful, raging, barfy. You have to find a way to outthink it. You have to find a way to get out of that. Or else you just keep incarnating in really bad life experiences. You have to start just feeling grateful for what you have, feeling happy, feeling the power within you, and start overcoming it, overpowering it, by standing up and choosing only positive stuff, choosing to welcome positive things in your life, choosing to talk positively towards yourself, choosing to say, I deserve to be a princess. I deserve to feel loved. I deserve to have bounty. I deserve to have abundance. I deserve these things, because you do. Everybody does. Doesn't everybody deserve abundance? Doesn't everybody deserve clean drinking water and good food to eat? Because a lot of us say, I don't deserve to have a nice car to drive. I don't just, because I can't, whatever. The energy, their energy field says those things. When the reality is they want a nice car to drive, but they don't feel like it'll ever happen for them. So now they are choosing their value. They're choosing their worth. People need to stop doing that. Get out of that cycle by finding the power within, standing up and being that energy. So I'm giving you a big hug and telling you you're super amazing. So now we just need to work on helping you discover how to empower yourself, right? All you have to do is start seeing how valuable and awesome you are, how beautiful you are, how amazing you are. Let go of anything you're holding on to that is on the negative or guilty or shame or self-pitying, self-punishing side of things. Anytime you're in a self-punishing behavior, you stop it and then you give yourself a gift right away. So that way you can alter the behavior right away. And then that by altering the energy spectrum, you start attracting more positive energy and positive lifetimes too. Because you feel good about them. You feel good about there's something new I'm supposed to be telling you. Hold on. So we are looking at feet wanting to dance and to twirl, but there's no body attached to them. They're just feet dancing. And there's a tap dance sort of sound to a clicky clacky sound to it. There's actually light on a stage, but I only see feet clicky clacky sort of tap dance type of thing. There are no people to watch these feet either, but there's no body to be seen as well. Body is starting to manifest. It's a little girl who loves to sing and dance. She's even in a little outfit. She's adorable. I mean, she's like a little Annie or something, but she's got blonde hair and it's been in a rollers of some kind. It's not particularly long, but it sort of rolls. It's sort of got these really beautifully created curls from the rollers. And then she's got a little hat on, a little outfit with some black tights, and it's kind of like a swimsuit type of thing. And she's doing a tap dance and she's singing at the same time. Her feet are getting away from her. Her feet are going faster than she can keep up with it. She's getting confused between where she's at in the song and then the feet that just seem to out tap dance her legs. She can't keep up with the feet. She's getting bewildered by this. She's getting angry again. She can't do anything right. She's on the verge of throwing the microphone down onto the ground and she hopes that it'll break. But she doesn't. She holds on to it. How do I get my feet to listen to me? How do I get my feet to do what I ask them to do? How come they want to be doing their own thing? How come they don't want to be with my legs? How come they're doing their own thing? So the feet are actually sort of coming off of her ankles. So she has other feet that are just stopped, and the feet are just tap dancing. Like they have little eyeballs and smiles on them. They're like a person of their own. Like so we have some feet dancing, and then we have a little girl now just with a microphone singing who is meant to be in those filling those shoes. But the shoes are already been filled and are tap dancing away now. She's so bewildered and mad. She can't believe this has happened to her. How come this happened to me? Those tap dancing feet should be my feet. How come they're dancing away from me? Those are the shoes I'm supposed to be filling. She is freaking enraged by this. She can't tolerate it. She's too mad for her age. Oh my gosh, maybe she's 7 or 8 years old or something. She's mad. This is she can't stop saying this. She keeps insisting that those feet are supposed to be her feet, not anybody else's feet. Those are supposed to be my feet. They never want to do what I say. They never want to work with me. I am always having to deal with this, and then I get ridiculed for it. This is pretty serious. What would be parents that are saying that? Parents that are yelling in her ear about how perfect she needs to be, how good she needs to be in order to move to the next level, you know? And if she doesn't meet her parents' expectations, then that's not good enough. So she is her parents' expectations. So now she is screaming and yelling at herself and her own feet for not doing what they are supposed to do in order for her to win the contest or win the show or be the next whatever it is. This too is just another lifetime experience. Parents with too high of expectations, and then you digest their expectations and they become your own. Now when you can't fill those shoes, you're never going to be good enough. And the thing is, you'll never meet their expectations. I mean, their expectations are you will be a celebrity, you will be making lots of money, but their expectations is we will be making a lot of money. We need you to be a celebrity, so we will be making a lot of money. It's not about your needs, it's about their needs. They're totally selfish people. But you choose to believe them, and now you are never going to be good enough for yourself now either. So this again is another mindfuck life experience. It's like the joys of living on Earth. I tell it, let those feet go. Put the microphone down. Let's put you in a little dress. Let's go outside where we can be in nature and look at the flowers and butterflies. There's too much pressure in here. There's too many expectations. And you're just a little girl. You don't have to be a perfect young woman for your parents. You need to just be a perfect young girl who is playing and gets in the mud sometimes and does those types of things. Maybe you snagged your dress on something and got a hole in it. Whatever it might be, that's normal. You have an issue with this. You show me that your feet have been chopped off and you have no feet. You have no ankles. They were cut off right at the ankles, so you just have the shins. You want your feet back. You say, what if I don't give you your feet back? You are choosing to say you have no feet. You have feet. There's something about the word defeated. Defeated. Actually, feet removed. So, decapitated, but not decapitated. Defeated. So it's a play on words. We're talking about feeling defeated in life. But then also they're saying defeated, actually feet removed. You really are saying this. It's like a never-ending stream of terror. There is a scene now of a woman in a chair. The chair backing is being removed, and she's being dipped into a water bin, like this, upside down. She's entirely tied up and roped up. So every time she gets dipped backward, all the water goes up her nose. It's absolutely horrible. And your mouth is bound. It's giving me, it's like an awful feeling in the head. I mean, it's horrible. She's roped up, she's tied up to a chair. There's a water basin. She's being forced to be tortured in this way. A woman, she's naked as well. She's not fully naked. She has like some sort of dirty white it's like a tank top and underwear, but it's all dirty. But it's still got a whitish effect to it. I'm being patient here, sharing love with this scene. As I do that, there's a massive air bubble that comes out of the scene itself, as though the scene itself is underwater, and then it goes up into the surface to get to the air, and then it pops. I'm going to go back through each one of these scenes, and we're going to alter them. I am removing this. I am helping her out of the chair. She even feels that she has no feet, and she's a woman. She has long brown curly hair. She has been in suffering for a while. It's horrible. It's horrible. Just the blessing to be able to breathe is a relief. She feels waterlogged. She still insists she has no feet. I'm going back. What is the younger girl is starting to merge with this older woman. They're sort of intertwining identities, although separate somehow. Still separate. There are so many tears being cried. Who will give me my feet back? I'm just going to take some time. I don't want to talk through. I want to take the time to really focus here. Something about if I have abundance, how will that make sense in balance with all of these other experiences? How would that ever make sense? How am I supposed to heal all these lifetimes? The same theme, though, is still persistent. It is manifesting self-punishing behavior that manifests into real life punishment. And it always comes up the same. I can't stop you from choosing self-punishment. I can't do that for you. You have to do it. You have to do it. When I look at the girl who was defeated, I don't see what you see. I tell her, I don't see what you see. I don't see a girl defeated. I do. I see that you have no feet and no ankles. And I see you crying in the grass where I took you to smell the flowers, to run and play with the butterflies. I see you focusing with all your heart and all your might on the pain and suffering. When you can let that stuff go, it's not who you are. It has nothing to do with you. Say it's okay to acknowledge you have feet now. It's okay to put on a different type of shoe, the different type of dress. She still insists on wearing her uniform. She wanted to be a dancer, to make her mom and dad happy. And it made her happy too. There's something about the feeling of being a perfect mirror of their dreams, of their desires, of hers for herself as well. Now broken, shattered dreams. How can I live with shattered dreams? My parents' dreams were my dreams too. It is the only possibility of being perfect when you're on stage and you win. That's the only time that your dreams will be perfect, is you winning. Because if that's the case, then you have a lot to learn about acceptance, self-acceptance, self-love. You're too little for these heavy thoughts. She's starting to notice her feet are starting to fill those shoes. Her feet are starting to return to her. She's not feeling drowned anymore. She is starting to feel like a little girl in the sunlight on a sunny day, to feel the flowers and butterflies. The thoughts of her parents are starting to evaporate and go into the light. She doesn't carry their burden anymore. She wants to be a dancer for God, for angels, for heaven. Not to be good enough for this world, but just to show God how happy she is when she's dancing, singing. She's always good enough for God. She's always good enough for angels, for heaven loves me. And I love heaven too. She starts to feel strong and sturdy in her own feet. She starts to feel grounded. She's starting to let go so much weight. She is crying natural tears now. Not angry tears or defeated tears. Just like she got it this time. She understands now. She wants to be free to stand on her own 2 feet, to dance through this world and to be love and to feel loved in return. She is letting go of so much of the old. She is beautiful. She will not ever go back into the human onto the human stage. There's something about her having the freedom to be able to express herself naturally in nature, with the spirit realm who loves her. Far away from human judgments and human misconceptions and human ego. Feeling far removed from a world of that kind. Feeling the freedom to just express love in a place of love. That's where she feels alive. This is part of you is going into the light, actually dancing up into a star on a sunny day. It looks like the sun itself, but it's so bright. She goes there. All these lifetimes, they're starting to be, they're turning into like, they're lifting up. It's like paper that is catching fire or something, but it's not on it's getting burned. It's just, it is evaporating, or just, it is sort of lifting up like papers that are disappearing. All of them are doing this. Lifting out a lot of energy, pent-up energy from the mental body as well. From the grounding sensation, from the heart portal, from all this versions of identities, and your soul incarnate journey. Purifying it all out. It's okay now. So many things are feeling so much better. Wow. Everything feels okay now. You feel incredibly better. You feel incredibly better. You feel so much better. You feel like you can hear the sound of love. You feel like you can feel the light of love touching your face. You feel like you can feel love in your heart. You feel like you can experience love all around your body now. And you can feel it in your gut, moving upward. You can feel it beneath your feet and above your head. You can feel it and step into love as though it is its own body, that now you possess it and it possesses you. Totally in love with life, the gift of life, the gift of the human experience, the gift of the soul journey, the gift of loving. yourself and beyond yourself. It's sort of that scene where those two are, I will never let go of you, I'll never let you go. You just stepped into a love body, and it will never let go of you, and you will never let it go. You are in oneness now with the love body. It's powerful. You are amazing. You are amazing. This is the real you. This is the real you. This is the real you. This is the amazing you. This is the freeing you. This is the real you. The real you is so understanding of so many things. From the vantage point of love and higher awareness of self and the world around self. Not giving into the world's own shortcomings, but being powerful in yourself. You have moved up the ladder significantly. You are on a very high plateau, and it's beautiful. You're amazing. You're amazing. You are inhaling love. You feel love entering into you. You feel the ground beneath your feet. You are growing and expanding outward. You are feeling like a giant. You are feeling strong and powerful. You are feeling amazing. You are feeling like yourself is now you, and you are now yourself. And you will never let yourself go, and I will never let go of you, self. I am continuing to grow in empowerment and vibration and higher clarity, self-realization, letting go of anything self-punishing, unforgiving, defeated, anything like that. Totally, like, that doesn't even make sense anymore. We don't even know where that is in this scene. We don't know where that is in this scene. You are incredible. You need to know how amazing and beautiful and phenomenal your spiritual reflection is. It is so breathtaking, so worth being that. Don't do anything. Be that, please. I want more of that. That is amazing. That energy is amazing. So what do you look like? All I can see is blinding white light, and that is what I see in the mirage of outline of a spiritual reflection. Standing in so much light. But the energy is, how would I describe it? It is comforting and comforted. It is wise in the gifts of what are self-comforts and the gifts of comfort towards others. But it's more than this. It has this softer side to it. It has that comfort side to it. While also being, it knows who and what it is without question or waver. It gives off sort of a light bluish hue that's got kind of a really light green tint to it as well. It shows me that it can be a bird now, free to fly wherever it chooses, free to breathe the fresh air of love. The blessing of breath, the blessing of breathing, the blessing of being able to have air is so relieving. It is so freeing. Flying like a white bird, pure white bird with very thin, like tufts of this bluish with the green on the white feathers, just towards the end of the tail and the end of the feathers that are expanded out. The bird looks at me and smiles at me. Is absolutely free. Flying and just doing sort of able to do crazy just swirls in the sky and sing. Sing delightfully, sing. Sing to heaven, sing to those below, sing to the earth, sing to everybody. This is what your soul energy is like for me to experience this energy. The freedom bell is ringing. That is what it is like. Uplifting, full of uplifted positive energy. Looking to the sky, looking into the light, and seeing yourself as the reflection of love. You are totally letting go of all of this other stuff. So it's positive and exhausting at the same time. It's really awesome. Do not let go of your dreams. Do not let go of your hopes for a bright future, for a bright and beautiful life. Feel the freedom of the air blowing through your wings, blowing through your hair. You are free. The freedom bell is ringing. I'm overwhelmed here, Jean. I'm going to pause for a minute. You're doing so amazing. There is no pain anymore from electrocution. There's no pain anymore from a relationship that did not work out. There's no pain anymore from slavery, no relationship with self-punishing behaviors. There's only gratitude, love, and blessing that you relate to. There's no being drowned in water. There's no feelings of defeat. There's only feelings of freedom, spreading your wings and flying. That freak that went into hiding, there is no such thing as that. There's only beauty, inside and out. In fact, I'm going to go check on that face now. It too is a part of the healing vein. It too is receiving love energy. It too is choosing self-acceptance. It too is not needing to hide in a place, in a space that is malnourished. It too is letting go of choosing to see itself as unbalanced, disorganized, not like everybody else, therefore I'm not as good as others. Letting go of shame and embarrassment. Everything is finding a sense of freedom and peace. So much better now than ever before. You feel amazing, Jean. Thank you for this experience. So glad I could share this gift with you. And this gift has been totally amazing for me. Sometimes a tough talk is like, spirit is just really railing it through me anymore. And I have to say what I am being told, I'm being shared, energetically shared with on this level is what they're saying. And I say that in your spiritual atmosphere, it helps bring self-awareness about the value of choosing to go beyond anything less than self-love and self-care, and choosing to see how beautiful and amazing you are as the only thing of value, because it is. Okay, that's all I have to share. Thank you again, Jean. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in having a spiritual healing experience with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel.